So we see beyond what is in front of us, so we know that things exist. We've all been given a gift, and that gift is a dream. And they tell me it is good to dream, that you can have a dream, you can have a collective dream.
POR AMOR began as a dream that 4 young women had to create opportunities for positive social transformation in the world. In 2003, POR AMOR started its first project as a volunteer initiative to provide free educational workshops in art, health, and the environment at Integración Juvenil, a vocational school for underserved youth in Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic.
POR AMOR means for love. We chose the name of our organization to be in Spanish because of our roots in the Dominican Republic. It started in the Dominican Republic, and it's just a beautiful concept for love. It's for love of community, love of ourselves, love of people being empowered within society, and especially a love for young people. I think that in a lot of ways, youth get kind of looked over.
POR AMOR also initiates local and art-based educational projects with youth living in underserved neighborhoods of East Scarborough. POR AMOR is a registered Canadian nonprofit organization that envisions a world where vibrant communities flourish to manifest positive social change. Our current mission is to facilitate, participate, and co-create educational community youth projects, both locally and internationally, with a focus on social equity and wellness through the arts and culture, and with a particular and profound respect for the environment as a guiding principle throughout our work. POR AMOR facilitates projects, workshops, and presentations with community and school groups in Toronto and the surrounding areas, and we do this to foster awareness, creativity, knowledge of self, and leadership skills amongst young people. We also organize live benefit events and encourage individuals to, as we like to say, party for a purpose, to promote the enhancement of positive art forms within the Toronto community. Youth for Human Rights is broken down basically into 3 key areas that we incorporate into all project activities. Those 3 key areas are educate, create, and activate.
POR AMOR began working in Kingston-Galloway with the guidance of the Boys and Girls Club of East Scarborough. The Boys and Girls Club of East Scarborough has been working in the Kingston-Galloway community for well over 50 years and is a leader for supporting children, youth, and their families. The Boys and Girls Club of East Scarborough offers amazing programs and services such as their after-school programs, youth evening programs, and their very popular March break and summer camps, as well as numerous other projects, one of which is the expansion of their current location at 100 Galloway Road. When this project is complete, a brand new 2-story building will allow for more space to support the growing families in the East Scarborough community. POR AMOR created Youth for Human Rights, a community arts employment project for youth in Kingston-Galloway in 2008.
It's a very important and exciting project. But the difference with this one is that POR AMOR is an organization that is a fairly young organization that has done a lot of work on an international level in the Caribbean. And it was great for us to establish a partnership with a young upcoming organization to be able to provide services in this area. And with the creative mind and services, one of the things that it has done, the partnership between the Scarborough Boys and Girls Club and POR AMOR, POR AMOR has given us the opportunity to be able to reach youth that we would not necessarily or normally connect with, because of the ability, the creativity, one, and the ability to engage youth in certain communities.
They believe
in their ideas and they believe in their dreams. What they want to do with their lives can actually really happen if they have the ideas first, and second, if they're given and put in that dedication that they need to put in, and third, if they're mentored by different people in their lives to actually help them along the way and guide them on the different steps to manifesting their idea.
Thinking about leadership, start thinking about empowerment, start thinking about what kind of role you want to take in your community, and we can't expect young people to just form these decisions by themselves without any guidance. That's why we take so much pride in having a mentorship role, so helping them discover their dreams, helping them discover their gifts. These are the ways Indigenous people operated in community for a long time. The elders were watching young people to see what their natural gifts are so they could help hone that.
Youth for Human Rights was created because POR AMOR saw a lack of programs for youth in the neighborhood that were both fun but yet challenged young people to get involved with making their neighborhood better. Youth for Human Rights provides a space for young people to express their opinions regarding issues on human rights and community change through artistic platforms such as hip-hop, spoken word, storytelling, and mural arts.
Why is the world so cold? Knowing life gets no younger but old? Deciding to separate and not communicate, how can we regulate life?
Community arts programs promote social change, and being that there's a lot of things in society that do require changing, and the only thing that can do it is the youth. The youth are our future. So giving them an opportunity to express themselves through arts, through drama, through any sort of expressive, it allows them to not keep that energy balled in. And through expression, they discover new ways of expressing themselves, they discover new things and their possibilities, and it just opens them up to show them that the world is bigger than their neighborhood. Peace has worked with POR AMOR summer programs. We've come through and facilitated workshops, spoken word workshops, rhyming workshops. So we'll teach kids about lyrics and how to write and how to put them together, different types of constructs within the English language. So similes, metaphors. And we also talk about different ways to express yourself. Sometimes it rhymes, sometimes it doesn't, but the whole point is it to be true. You know, find your own truth.
Through this project, we provide opportunities for young people to be actively engaged and employed in social activism and community development. POR AMOR's goal is to create future leaders for the Kingston-Galloway community.
Actually did make me feel like more of a leader in the Scarborough community because, well, before I never really said any of my ideas because I tend to be really quiet and just fade into the background, especially in moments where there's a group, but being in POR AMOR kind of taught me more just to speak up because everyone has a voice.
Favorite moment in the program was when I helped decide the mural, the designs for the mural. You know, I felt like my voice was really being heard, and you know, every time I look at the murals, I'm gonna think that I helped do that. It's gonna be there for years and years and years. You know, it's like I'm leaving a mark on the community and on the city.
You know what it is? We did it. Brush Your Haters off. #1 track. Oh, I'm just saying, I've never been to the studio before, but that was fire.
What did you enjoy about recording here?
Everything. From the ad-libs to the verse to the hook.
We put it all together?
Yep.
It sounded amazing.
Made fire. And the booth was hot in there, so it was like, wow.
Physically hot or just?
Physically hot. Both physically mentally and spiritually too. Yes. I think we're giving back to community by doing this too, because we're not just talking about like random themes, just talking about ourselves. We're just trying to help out the community because that's our job.
Started it. Brush your haters off. Brush your haters off. Brush your haters off. Brush your haters off. You gotta hit them. Everyone brush them off.
POR AMOR's Youth for Human Rights has 3 main project activities. 1, the creation and recording of a CD featuring the lyrical talents of the youth in the project, which helps to promote positive voices of young people. 2, the creation of a human rights mural depicting the human right to education through art-based activism and community beautification, something that is really needed in this neighborhood. And 3, The youth organize and host an annual community love event to promote positive accomplishments of young people and the need for unity and positivity in the neighborhood. And this event is really about having a great time where you live and getting to know the people who live there too. We educate because knowledge is the foundation for empowerment. We educate through workshops on Indigenous values, particularly Aboriginal and African-based, to promote sustainable ways of living and working together as a community.
The work that POR AMOR did with us did enhance, like community-wise here. It showed a lot of people around here that there was really no gap, there was no bridge, that no barrier that couldn't be broken. And we also gained members for our youth group out of it, so it worked out really well. We had an elder, and we presented her to the youth there and gave some teachings around that. And then following that, they actually participated and were part of a sweat lodge ceremony. I think the murals that POR AMOR did along Kingston Road here of Aboriginal artwork and depicting Aboriginal things, it actually impacted the community around here pretty deeply, knowing that that other people are actually acknowledging them, and seeing it's on that side of the fence. There's an imaginary line that's usually drawn around here, and that's on the other side, so it's kind of cool to see that.
We create. Creativity allows for a genuine expression of ideas and solutions to challenges that we face wherever we live.
First of all, it engages a dialogue with young people. It engages them in a dialogue of what human rights are and what it means for them, the world, and their own community.
Teach them about hip-hop culture, but help them to learn to express themselves. Not to express what everybody else is saying or try to be like the artists on the radio, but to be the best at being themselves. But for them to get a voice, especially in this one project, and for them to realize that they do have a voice and that hip-hop is just as much a culture for them as anybody else.
We create through visual and verbal platforms because it's a fun and accessible way for young people to voice their opinions on things that matter to them.